What's up, everybody? J.R. Raymond here, back again, coming to you from home, just to narrate through Game 2. You saw Game 1 of match play. Frustration building, frustration getting crazy, not really knowing what the ball was doing, and then overnight dealing with some people trying to give some suggestions and not taking my my comments back to them very lightly or very well when I showed they were wrong. So we're gonna, watch Game 2 and see if we can't try to take all that into consideration. Think about where we are at the line. Look at making sure I'm lined up properly. And we're gonna do it right off of the first shot. Try to figure out exactly what's going on. I don't remember what I bowl in this game, so we're gonna narrate through this and see what exactly happens, and I'll kind of try to keep you in the loop on how I'm feeling. Obviously, you'll hear. I don't even remember. I might cuss. I might do some things. I don't know. I don't know what happened here. So let's just watch this and see what we got. I don't even remember who I'm bowling this match.
All right. All good.
Can't see my feet, so I can't really see where I'm lining up. Looking at body position, I'd probably say it looks like about 24, 25. But let's find out. Yeah, 23, 24, somewhere in there. All right, so we're at 23, 24. Let's see where we're at the arrows. If I can see. Looks like it's going to cross at about 12, right? I think people would agree with that. And then it gets to right about there. Let's call that, let's say 4 or so. So in order to get from 12 to 4, according to the math, if I were to go straight up 12, I would have to be standing on 19. Now to get the ball to travel to 4, that's another 8 boards. I have to move my feet 4 boards to the left, which would be 23. So 23, 24, which is exactly where I finish. And that ball goes exactly there, and it's flush. So moral of the story here is somebody was basically trying to say that I'm lined up wrong. I walk left to go back right, and my swing gets out of path. Now, I've worked on my swing for a couple of years now to make sure it's straighter. You can't really see the straightness of my swing in this because of the angle. I'm dead center in both lanes. But if I were to put the camera directly behind lane 29 behind me, you would notice that my chest, specifically on this shot, my chest will face my target the entire way. That swing, so where my chest is facing through, which obviously I'm looking somewhere around 12, my chest is facing there, that swing is following there. And as that ball comes back down, everything comes through in a straight line in there. Now, granted, there may be a little loop at the top of the swing because it gets behind my head a touch and then I redirect it back behind me. That's what I've always done. That's how it goes. But it has nothing to do with me and with my footwork. My footwork doesn't cause that. There's no problems there. So that ball is in a direct path, straight in line with exactly where it goes. Now, the reason for it, which I'm going to do a video later today, is you can't see my feet. But that second step, I have step 1 and then step 2. My second step goes in front right there. If you could see my feet, you would see that second step goes in front in order to allow the ball to swing by my hip. Because if that second step goes directly straight, that ball hits my hip, or I have to redirect the swing and push it away from me, away from my hip to get it around. And then I got to loop it back around in order to get it back in line. And that's just incorrect. That is bad fundamentals. I would never teach somebody that, and why anybody is ever trying to teach somebody to do that, I have no idea. But whatever. I mean, if you can get people to do that and you can make them consistent, I don't really care. Just do it, I guess. But I don't want that taught on my channel or anybody teaching that really around me because that makes things way more difficult. So, yeah, that's that. So now we'll get through, since we're through that. The one thing I will note is they did make mention of something I've always made mention of, is that my body position at the foul line. It is off. It is incorrect. I need to fix this, right? Here, I just get so far forward and so far to the right I do agree that I do need to fix that. And a lot of it is because of lack of leg strength, lack of knee bend. I need to get a little bit lower, maybe even get my trail leg to stay down just a pinch more instead of being so far over, because that is what causes me, even though here, technically, I'm in good balance. Like everything is in good balance. The ball is in the right direction. It's got all the leverage it needs. But you can see right there, as it gets 30 feet down the lane, I step off. Sometimes I do it purposely. Other times it just happens. That's just how it goes. So, all right, now we'll move on, since we have that figured out. Oh, we're bowling John. And he was on a tear. His first 2 games, he bowled 300 game 1. And I think he bowls like 250 or 260 against me.
Metal piece hanging. Oh, yeah. Who cares? Let's leave it. Are these shaker boards or are they rollers? Should be roller, man. They're supposed to be rollers.
Yeah, and they're shaker boards. They're shaker panels.
The sounds of it makes it seem like there's like it's
because they're A2s.
Right. Yeah. But they're running. Those are A2s.
Yep, they're A2s.
The AMF pin setters don't have cups like that.
Oh yeah, these are A2s. Yeah.
So they're shaker boards back there. So that one pair, the last pair I was on, was really noisy.
So yeah, so they are shaker panels then.
Something beating itself to death.
That's Billy in the background. Billy travels with me to events sometimes, helps me with, watching lanes and all that. Good guy.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
We allowed 1 or 2.
Smart bowling guy. Loves to talk about surface. We're trying to hone in surface detail a little bit better.
I'm going to need a monster back 7 here.
That's makes you mad to let all these people come in and do open bowling.
John with his fast pitch, making it look pretty good.
Right next to us. Right. I've seen that happen before.
I swear, every time I get on to do one of these videos or something, my wife constantly starts texting me. It's like she knows. All right, what do we got here? Same spot. Good shot. So again, I want to replay that back just because I can. Let's see where my feet finish. Because this person was trying to say, I bet you watch and your feet vary between 3 and 4 boards difference, and then your shots vary the same. And it's just not true. Anybody who's followed along with me knows I'm pretty precise with things, and especially my accuracy. I've always been a proponent and a believer that I'm versatile and very accurate. I've always been a shot maker. So that just rubs me the wrong way. So where my feet finish, dang it. So my feet finish the same spot, and the ball gets to the same spot down lane. I can't see the arrows because my body's in the way because of the camera position again. So, but another good shot, and we strike. I think I'm using the Eruption Pro Blue with 2.5-inch pinball because I got out of urethane basically early last game. And I don't think I use urethane much at all the rest of the block. Let's see where this one ends up too. This one might be a bad shot, I don't remember. Same spot. Looks like it's going in the same direction. but it gets there a little bit later. So I think this one comes light. Yeah, washed out. So again, so we watch that back. My feet are in the same spot. So my launch angle must have been just a little steeper, possibly. So my feet are in a good spot at the arrows. You can see it's going in the right direction. That might be a pinch right. It's hard to say. It looks like it was pretty close to the same area, but maybe it was speed. Maybe it was a speed thing that caused it, because that gets a little bit further right. That gets to, 2 or 3 down lane and then never recovers and washes out. So maybe that was a speed thing. But direction-wise,
that wasn't great, but come on.
Yeah, I know that wasn't great, but come on.
5.
But when you watch and you look, it doesn't look that bad. That's what tells you my ball reaction is junk. When you get into these situations on this type of a pattern, generally you have it figured out to the point where even if you throw it there, you're at least you'll hit the pocket in flat 10 or something. You're not going to wash out. Yeah, I was in a situation where I didn't have much room for error. Can only smile and chuckle at this point.
I know it wasn't great, but how does it wash out?
Exactly.
How does that wash out? 2-pin, maybe. Wash out, really? I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's where the frustration is, because it's just
so what? I just absolutely pured the first 2, and that one just that doesn't make any sense.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's not to saw that one come off your hands like, oh shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was right, but
no, it was off your hand. I seen it going. I was just like, no.
it just never slowed down.
But it's not like it was that different. It wasn't that far off. To get 5, it wasn't that far off.
See, and that's what I'm saying. So I can pay attention. I know it was in pretty much the right direction. It wasn't really that bad. If you go back and we showed you the 2 shots that struck, it wasn't that much different than those 2.
2 4s, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I would expect it to 2-pin maybe. Yeah, a washout is crazy because they're not that difficult.
Game 2.
So now you guys are starting to understand why my frustration's been there all day. But again, at the same time, as frustrated as I was and as bad as my ball reaction was, I'm still in match play. I still found a way to get there. And at the end of the day, I end up moving up a few spots still. So it's not like I'm, it's not like I bowled bad physically, execution-wise. And John's just running him over. He's got the willies. He bowled pretty good until he was leading by quite a bit at one point, and he fell off. Ended up finishing second. Almost finished third. Mikey Schleiball almost caught him. John threw all 3 in the 10th to stay around Mikey the last game. Let's see what happens here after a washout. I don't remember. Feet at 23-24. That one looks good. And that one overhooks. So it's got to be a speed thing. I want to see that again. Hold on, go back. Pushing all the wrong buttons. It's got to be a speed thing. Very sensitive to speed or something. So you can see feet in the same spot again. How close to that is the ankle. It's pretty cool. Pretty good. Where's it get to down lane? So you can see that one's probably 4 or 5 down lane, right? And it just goes. Just absolutely goes. Whereas it struck before, so it just tells me.
Because I'm so angry.
Laughing because I'm so angry. I mean, it just tells me that I wasn't matched up. I didn't either have the right ball, I didn't have the right hand position, something just didn't agree with what I was trying to do. I had to throw it perfect to strike. So that's why I get irritated when somebody's trying to tell me that, you know, my accuracy's off or I'm not. I'm 4 or 5 boards different each shot. That you're just crazy to think that. I've worked on this game for quite a while. I think I would notice I noticed a half board to a board off throughout the lane. Obviously, you saw it when I washed out. If it was 4 or 5, I would quit. Not saying anybody should quit if they miss that much. Just at my level, at the point that the time that I've put into this game to know where my accuracy is. If I'm having a day that I'm missing by 4 or 5, we're in big, big trouble. So I move right. What did I do there? How much did I move there? I didn't even talk about that. I just did it. I didn't even realize that was coming. So now on this one, yeah, I moved a good, shoot, what was that? I'm sliding at 12, 13-ish. The ball's going to cross at, you can't tell. Looks like it's at like 6 or 7. It just stays up the lane at 5, 6. Just overhooks. Crazy. But if I felt like if I opened that up at all, if I moved my feet a couple to the left and threw it to the right more, I wouldn't hook. You want to see bad balance? Shooting at spares is always bad for me. That was actually pretty good there. But 3 out of 4. So not a very good game so far. Very frustrating.
Grab your thing, move right. Take your hand out of it, try to control it, and it absolutely boomerangs down lane. Like your thing is supposed to control down lane. And I've got nothing but I have to start with it being one. My ball.
There's John.
They're never hooked. So I switched to
Smoking.
reactive, like
Front 5.
5. Threw a double. And I switched to 7 now. Then what did I do? Oh, that 3 face on a shot that I thought was pretty good. So confusing. Stuck with reactive the rest of the time. Grab this 2.5-inch pin rupture throw at the end of for the full ball, or at the end of that last game. I looked good for a couple shots, and then I came over here. Looked good for 2 shots. I missed one a pinch to the right, and it just kept sailed for 5 instead.
Bang, front 6.
Threw one fairly decent for the next shot, and overhooked. 7. Switch balls to the air thing.
All right, JR, what are you going to do this frame?
For 6. And here we are. Frame 6. Opponent has front 6. I have 69 in the 5th.
That's good.
Not a clue what my ball is going to do. So now I will do what I think I'm supposed to do and move a few left. Hope for the best.
Yeah, so off that 3, 6, 9, 10, you would think I should be able to keep everything the same, but move my feet just a few left, give the ball a little bit more space, see what happens. Hold on, bud, I'm busy. Looked all right there.
That's a miracle. How long that'll last.
Oh. I missed left there. So I moved my feet left and missed left, and it sat there. So now I'm like, bad shot, but that did the right thing. Here you go, buddy. Talking to the video. It's bowling from the other day.
A fraction left.
What is that there?
Oh, that's from Mom's. Throw that away.
That's how clueless my ball reaction is to me right now.
Yeah, this is
It's all.
Felt that way pretty much the entire day, except one game. One game I had
It's 7? On 7. Look at that. That pin came flying across there. That was crazy.
Felt like I knew what the ball was going to do for the most part. I wrapped 10 in like the 7th frame after having the front 6. Should have moved back 4 pins. But because, I threw a good shot in 4 pin, I knew what to do. Made the move, and threw the rest in 268. The only game where I felt like I knew what my ball was going to do every shot. So, how do I get that?
Good question.
And those last 2 were pretty similar. John's got the front 7, equal 300 last game. And I black clouded him. Should have done that at the beginning.
Good run, John. Yeah, I think he bowls 260 or 250. Kicks my butt. I think everybody kicked my butt for like the first 5 games.
Start match play, no big deal.
Woo!
Skinny jeans. Skinny jeans. You kids hooking at your spares, you never learn. Never learn.
See, I can still be lighthearted even when I'm frustrated. Goodness. When I'm frustrated at myself, and the results and everything, not at anybody else. So when you see me mad, nobody should take it personal.
Holy cow, 3 in a row that I almost felt like I knew what I was doing.
But again, so that's the part of the lane that didn't work in game 1. I tried that all in practice and everything. Couldn't get it to happen. But in qualifying, when I did that in 268, that's the ball reaction I had. I at least knew what I was doing, knew what the ball was going to do for the most part. But it doesn't stay like that for long. Look at that 4-bagger. Goodness. So now we're in a part of a lane that we actually feel like we know what we're doing, kind of. But it doesn't. I mean, it just doesn't last long. Go to the next pair, and no chance. So pair to pair. Very, very pair to pair.
Felt like I knew what I was doing. Picked up the lane. Threw the pins really well. But then all of a sudden, no chance. I don't know, man. I'm still sticking to that theory that they ran out of cleaner.
Yeah, and the reason I keep talking about that is because
25, 6 are awful.
Scores on
Awful.
23, 4, 5, and 6 were
180 and 100
real bad, low.
180 at best on 23 and 4, where we just came from. The other guy's on 25 and 6. He's got 174 if they can throw all 3 on 10. 190 if Crummell can throw all 3.
So he bowls 250. So he bowls, that's how pair to pair this place is. John bowls 300 and 258 or 259. And then he goes and bowls 150 or something the next game, game 3.
This one in the 9th, and then all 3 in the 10th. Then you got the one on the 9th.
I don't remember what I bowl here, so I don't remember if I throw him good in the 10th or not. Keeps bumping the table.
Oh gosh, hook up a million.
Nope. Threw it awful.
It's one easy way to shoot 180, 180. I'm sorry, 170, 180. Shame on me.
Those are what's frustrating, is when you just throw them awful. It's more frustrating not knowing what your ball's going to do when you throw one good and it just does nothing that you expect. Then when you throw it bad, you can't give those frames up. Stop throwing bad shots.
Oh, I get to shoot 190 or so. There you go. 197 with a strike. Yes. I lost by 60.
No, that's funny. Did I try anything in the 10th here? I'm pretty sure no, because that was my best ball reaction. So why would I try anything different? Tried everything. The last game or two. The last game and a half. And then flat 10. So 196 after bowling 170. You can see that was a very frustrating game. Very, very frustrating game. But you know, it is what it is. That's what we're dealing with, and that's how it goes. So I'm glad I got to kind of explain that out in the beginning there for people. Hopefully the guys that are confused by what I do or claim I do something different are able to watch this and see in the beginning exactly what I'm talking about. So for those of you who are thinking that first step, your push away step needs to be straight, just don't do it. Get that push away step going in front of the other foot, so that way you have room for that ball to come by your side. I have a full video coming up on that specific topic, so we're going to do that later today. It'll be on the Bowler X channel. I believe that's where I'll put it. I might put it on both channels just to make sure everybody can see it. But that's all I got for you today. We will see you guys tomorrow for Game 3. Take care.